Welcome. In this section we are going to show you what you can do with Antida. Using Antida you can send and receive files and folders from any Antida device to another Antida installed computer. In Demato's world, device and computers are synonymous. You can schedule the transfer of data in between Antida devices. You can auto-sync the data in between different Antida installed devices. And you can back up the data to any external or internal device like USB or external storage device. We are going to briefly expand on each of them now. To send a file or a folder, you have to click on Shared Files. When you double click on that, you will open a module which is called Shared Files. In this module, you will see that there is a device named XP1. This is a device which this user also has installed Antida on it. To send any file or folder to this device, a user has to do a right click on the device and he can send any file or folder. We have to go on Shared File, and the user actually will right click on the shared files and he will map any file or folder he wants to send to another side. In this case, we have shared a folder called Data to Send. In this folder, we have a lot of folders, inbuilt folders, or files. To send a file, we will just do a right click on that and we will do a share. To send the data, we will do a right click on the data and we will click on sync. This will start sending the data to XP1 machine which has Antida installed on it. On the same thing, we can also have a facility which is called auto sync. If we enable auto sync, then any data which is enabled, which is any data which is in this data to send folder, anything changes, it will get reflected on the other side of XP1 box. So if we add any file in XP1 or any file that has been modified, that modified file will get reflected on the other side without any user intervention. The only thing we have to keep in mind is that both the Antida side has, both the receiver and the sender Antida has to be online for this feature to be working at that time. Anything which was changed and while the source or destination was not enabled, then those changes will be reflected when both the sides of Antida, receiver and sender, will come online. Antida has a very great feature which is called schedules. In this schedule, you can create a schedule for any data transfer for whichever time you want to do. To click on schedule, just do a right click on the time you want and it will open up a new window. In this, you can choose whatever the files and folders you want to choose from whichever side you want to choose, and you can do that. In this demo, we have chosen Antida folder which is going to be selected, which is selected by using this thing. We can go to each of the files and folders and we can deselect any of those using this deselect button. In this case, the new highlight will be shown in like this. We click next, we choose the box which we have to select, we select the box, we select the time, we can select the recurrence if we want to select, we can make it one time or whatever way we want, we can do that. And once we do that, we will do a save on that. Once this is saved, there is a new schedule which is supposed to run on this specified time period. Antida also has a great feature called backup. In this backup, we can create a backup of the data from any source and we can schedule the backup. The advantage of the backup is that you always will keep, it actually recognizes the drive where it was supposed to be backed up. So if we are going to use a USB and we have scheduled a backup of certain X number of files on that USB, when the next time the USB is plugged in, Antida will automatically detect that this is the USB which was used to back up the file, and it will automatically start backing up the data, whichever the data was changed on the source side. We can implement versioning or no versioning. If we have no versioning, then basically you have one copy of the data on the destination side. If you are versioning, then you have multiple copies of data on the destination side. And I think this is all we want to show in this demo. Thanks again.